I got you. Don't worry about it. So the last time on Saints and Sinners, the light of Matheria, no, the light from Saint Etressa, my wife, shined over the party, stealing my resolve from Matheria's belief. My friend here, Fulgrim, showed his other self as his body transformed into his hybrid form. After that, Saint Etressa showed us to the path of the creature she was keeping at bay. There, a fish creature called an aboleth, but instead of fighting it summoned a false saint. Battle roared throughout the dungeon. After some time, the faint Saint Eltressa was defeated, but we weren't out of the woods quite yet. But with 1 HP in a dream, Axel is left standing. That's pretty much it.
All right, inspiration for you, bud.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So last time, at the end, a huge explosion of psychic energy as a child of madness fell deeper into the earth below. All that seemed to have recovered is Axel. Okay.
Yep. So everyone is down, even Saint Altressa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is anybody on 2 death saving throws? Or 1 death saving throw failed?
Not to my knowledge, you know.
No.
Okay.
All
Then
of
we,
us were up, I think. Yeah.
and then we don't
She
really,
was up as well.
well, then we don't really need.
Okay.
We don't have to be in combat then. What do you do, Axel?
He's going to immediately get a potion out of his belt, sprint over to Moss, and dunk it down his throat, waking him up.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, get up.
Go ahead and roll it so you can heal.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
I'll lay back down.
9.
9. Nice. Alright.
Alright, heal for 9.
Get the Saint and Fulgrim. I'll get Luric. And he's gonna run over to Luric and he'll deal with that. Okay.
What the? Oh yeah. I'll pick up the Saint with my with the healing potion as well. We don't know.
The Saint is not injured, she is exhausted.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll pick up Fulgrim.
Go ahead.
Rolling. You here for 8, Fulgrim?
Axel, as you approach Lyric, you can see that he lies just on the edge, teetering precariously over the hole.
I'm gonna grab him and drag him away from the hole before I heal him.
Hey, he doesn't die. Good job.
Thanks. Good.
Oh, shit.
Come here, you. Come here, you. And then I'll give you this as well.
I want to become one with the ability.
We we managed somehow.
How did we
Thanks,
survive?
Axel.
Good job, bud.
With
It's
faith.
fist bump.
That's how we survived.
With fist bump.
Wait, what was the creature?
It's down in the hole. It fell.
Oh, you're talking about that one, though.
That
How's-
scream, that was so freaking loud. What the fuck?
How was Altressa?
She is exhausted. It'll be some time. She needs to rest.
Okay. We should. Who wants to carry her?
I'll carry her. Yes.
You will.
Why did you say it
Well,
like
she-
that?
He never carries anything else.
What do you mean?
I was about to say that. I was just like, no, don't do that.
I don't know. I expected you all to tell me to carry her or something. I've had to carry everything else.
I'm just helping.
Okay.
Everything's okay, guys. You know, nothing's wrong.
Fulgrim is rubbing off of me. That's why.
Ah,
Yeah, it's good.
is this the scheme that you two would pull?
Oh no, not really.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
This is the first.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I had a lot.
Shh.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no more speaking.
Do we
Listen,
still see the false saint? Like,
No.
or was it just? Oh,
Yeah, she basically became oozed, and then
and I guess my other question is: would I revert back to human form if I was unconscious?
No.
Oh,
Cool.
well,
We should find some place to rest.
you guys think we should go back the way we came, or?
I think that would be best.
at least enter back in where we found her. Maybe take a second to catch our breath. Maybe she'll wake up, and then we
Okay.
can make the move to Rhoda.
Okay.
Follow me. I know the way. I remember.
Okay, let's group up and move stealthily.
So, you're moving back to where you found her.
yes.
Yeah.
Whoops, I moved the wrong thing.
You must gather your party.
Does the cabin look like it's gonna collapse, or is everything else stable?
No, it does not look like it's going to react. It does not look like it's going to collapse.
Oh, cool.
Wow, look at the light move with us.
We're phasing through the walls. This is the light of materia.
Moss is digging us a hole.
Yeah.
Okay. You move back into the room where St. Altressa was discovered. And the party decides to take a short rest.
Yes.
Arcadum, is anything different with the, like, these
Eyes.
growths and everything else? Have we noticed any discernible change, or? I know
Yes.
it's.
It
okay.
seems that the eyes have become dead. Glassied.
Ooh.
You get the feeling that these growths are going to start rotting very quickly.
I'm gonna look around over here to see if there's anything that can help or give any more insight about.
Moss.
Do you have Arcana or Investigation trained?
No.
Then you find nothing, I'm afraid.
Lord, do you want to give it a shot?
Sure,
Well-
Luric, don't help out. I'm kind of check.
Nice.
There are remnants of old symbols and religious paraphernalia from a foreign land. They definitely dealt with whatever deity that creature served.
Okay, let's.
Anything?
You also notice
There's-
that one of the pieces of the paraphernalia appears to be a veil with a bunch of eyes stitched onto it.
Would I notice those symbols as I'm from Kalkesh? I know
Yeah.
what the god of.
Do you have religion trained?
I do not.
You can roll.
All right.
Dang.
I guess I know it now.
Nice.
That is the holy symbol of a worshipper of Olakan High.
Uh,
Look at
you
this
wanna
cool veil, guys.
don't touch that symbol, please.
What about this veil? Look at all the eyes on
Um,
it. Should we?
Let's just wait
You say
until
that
she
Trevor's
wakes
been
up.
working on it.
I'm
I know.
assuming they're all Lock and High affiliated.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Let's
move away from here, okay?
let's not touch these. All right. We-
Okay.
We'll stay around her, and then we'll wait until
Yeah.
a bit before she wakes up, okay?
I don't know if these things are going to start rotting away while we're down here. Let's just keep an eye on it. Last thing we need is to be
yeah.
stuck with all of that in the air.
I'm just saying, like, let's just circle around and like wait.
Should we go rest near the exit in case we need to run?
That might be the better idea.
Okay.
To the door.
Are we going separately or?
Nah, we'll just say we're over there. If you need to get out, we can get out.
Alright.
Short resting.
It's kind of crazy we found a saint down here.
Indeed. We
What do you
don't
think?
know.
What do you think Rhoda's gonna do when we get up there?
He might freak out.
He would definitely freak out.
No.
What about the sack stuff that we found above, the one that had Rhoda in it?
It might be rotting, just like how you pointed out. These pus and these walls are gonna rot soon.
Do you think that means that egg thing with Rhoda is going to rot too?
I hope so. As that was a very potent magic around it. Perhaps maybe it's been preserved. We have to go upstairs to check. We don't know.
Do you guys think we should at least go back and check on that one ritual site?
I would like to, before leave, put my glove on, pick up all those Lock and High affiliation.
Okay. Do you want to pick up all the Lock and High stuff?
Yeah. I kind of toss into a separate break.
Well, as you pick up the holy symbol of the Lock and High, something happens.
I do it.
Oh no!
It reminded me of the veil that she was wearing.
It was too good
fake saint.
to leave, so.
One moment.
Yep.
Alright. As you pick up the veil of the Lock and High, you begin to feel a very uneasy sense come over you. For a brief moment, a vision flashes into your mind. You don't know if it's a message, a memory, or a vision of a prophetic future. But what you see is this. You see you and your companions returned to the Pale City. The Saint walks beside you. Rhoda walks beside you. There is great celebration. And then, all around you, different visions start to come in and out of focus. You see villages razed, people with marks on their bodies strung up and set aflame. You see yourself and your companions intermingled in the faces of those doing the burning. A great and terrible light pours over the villages, purging them clean. And on the other hand, you see the veil of Olakin High dripping with the blood from Saint Altressa's throat, and with each crimson drop, a surge of power. You see the pale city burn. The nobles, the hires, the proctors, the bishops, all brought low for the people, strung up and burned as they would to others. Two extremities, two paths lie before you within these visions, and in the middle, 1,000 variations. A path of saints and a path of sinners. The problem is you cannot tell which is which. And then the vision fades.
Moss will stumble back, almost putting a hand on his head, and he's like, "Oh,
Okay.
disasters is approaching."
What do you mean?
Uh,
Did you
just like the memory shard, but this time it was just me. Had visions of the Pale City, and as the demise is destroyed. Well, not destroyed. It was so much happening. The burning of apostates, the doings that we were doing, Altressa's death, and the god, a foreign god. We must hurry. This vision, if it's true, then we must make haste.
This thing messes with our minds, this god especially. I'd hesitate to take anything too literally.
Let's not rush it just yet. Let's first get out of this place and work our way
I don't
up.
believe this message was to corrupt the vision I seek. It was almost a warning, almost a tale. It was just telling me what could happen. I know this god not well, but back where I came from, he's tricky in his ways, but he is honest.
Well, let's take it one step at a time. Let's get out of here first and figure the rest out.
You keep an eye on Altressa.
Do we know the way back up?
Sort of. I think I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, do you guys wish to return?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Axel's Chrome's dead, so he's reloading everything back up.
But should we loot the place before we go?
What are you talking about?
No,
He just touched one thing and he's got
Alright, I'm
visions.
I'm back in. I'm good.
all right.
Alright. I'll move you guys back if you're going back.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, I would. I think
Okay.
we want
Yeah,
to.
we're going back.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
I like your idea of looting, Luric, but there are traps throughout through this maze. We're just fortunate enough to have a Tressa who knew the layout well enough to avoid them.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
I think while we're going back up, I think Fulgrim would have turned back into human form.
Okay. All right, and so you return. As you return, you step down the stairs, or rather, after traveling up and over, eventually you make your way back to the first floor and step down the stairs towards where you believe Rhoda can be found.
I guess before we go, is there any way I can try to transform back into a human?
Yeah. You can. It's an action. You can just do that.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. As you step down the stairs, you see that the ritual glows softly. The egg in the center is gone. And at the edge of the light, you see Rhoda.
Nope, not anymore.
Walking back, did we see those pustules with the faces still active?
They were rotted and dying, like withering flowers.
Ah.
As you step down the stairs, you can see that Rhoda turns to you with a happy grin. My friends, you have returned. I'm so glad to see.
Oh,
Yeah, we've kind of been through a lot, you know.
Who is this? Why does she
Oh,
bear
that's
the
just lady.
marks of Metheria?
Oh, that's just saying that for a second. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk. I
What?
think someone. Yeah. Anyway.
Fulgrim, please.
I-
She's in. She is exhausted. With your age, she might recover. But yes, what Fulgrim said. This is the Saint of Tressa.
Yeah.
But that's. But that's.
What?
Impossible.
He's stuttering over himself. And then he'll start
Hold
to kind of do a little hop, start clapping his hands. And then he'll run over there.
Oh,
Ebbing.
She looks just like her mural. What's wrong with her? Is she injured? He'll start to look over her.
she kind of helped us in the fight against I think a Locken aboleth creature thing down below. So
I don't think
she's
you know
really
the.
tired.
I don't think you know the name of the god. I purposely did not say it.
Oh,
She was holding something back for a long time. And I think just the time spent and the battle exhausted her.
To think that she is alive after all this time. I suppose it was possible. She is an elf, after all. They do not age like we do. But to see her alive, in the flesh. We must attend to her. We must be sure that she survives.
Did you all not know that she was down here?
No. Saint Altressa, like many of the saints, are either disappeared or perished.
when we found her, she was somewhat in a great state of depression. But when we showed up, she believed that we were from the church to reinforcement. I don't think she knows that the church might have forgotten about her.
Rhoda, there was other things we saw down there too. It wasn't just her.
What did you see? Tell me, friend.
There, there was excavations clearly of the church being deep below.
Oh, wait, the crystal, the crystal coin. Look, do you have one on you?
We have 2 of them.
Yeah, and we also found some kind of vase or vase.
No, you'll take out the coin of Ryan.
We also found scriptures from the church down there.
Did you bring them with you?
Moss, do you have them still?
I do. These were scriptures of not just the church, but of the light. Back when Mathera was still in her ascending.
Yes, when she was still mortal.
She didn't.
These are excellent finds.
You may have them. These are.
Should we tell them about the orb things we found below
Yes.
When we went down there, we found more of those egg sac things that was hovering over here.
Yes,
So,
the one that I was safeguarding just melted. As if it rotted from the inside. I had presumed it was from your doing.
The thing about it is we found more of them that had more body parts floating around. We saw some of the faces that were floating. Some were old, some were young, and one of them was your face. I think
What do you mean, my face?
I think you were sent here to be replaced with some kind of fake version. I don't know what's going on. But
you think I was sent here?
What?
I don't know. But
Whatever's happening in those egg sacs down below, it seemed like they were trying to create new people or something.
I think there were replacements for other Matherians. But all I know is I saw your face in it, and as we were returning, the entire thing was the same with the egg over here melting.
After we defeated the Aboleth?
Yeah. Someone was using the power that was residing here to make fake copies.
We don't know to what end.
Rhoda will look quite shooketh.
I don't want to try to scare you out of everything. I'm just telling you, like, just please not to suspect everything, but to just be aware of something else is going on.
Did you already call for the church? For reinforcements?
Well, I can say that I had contacted them, but no, they do not have the spare forces to send here. But I will be honest with you. All bets are off, as they say, in the Riverlands. We have found a living saint. We need to return her to the Pale City immediately. This takes highest priority.
Well, what if they don't want her back?
Why would they not want her back?
She's an elf that's over 500 years old?
She is a saint.
I'm just saying that when me and Moss were traveling, a lot of them didn't like people with a lot of knowledge from back before.
What are you saying?
Do you think there might be someone that might attack Altressa that's higher than you?
You think someone in the church would want to kill a living saint? Highly preposterous.
We did just find an entire room of cocoons with pretty much replacements.
You even said so yourself, that one of them was my face. I came here with you.
I'm just concerned with how
none of us were in there.
Yeah.
None of us were down there, so clearly someone making this already knew who you were. Not to mention, we found other... I don't know who these people were, but some of them had markings of Metharians.
We just saw faces. No markings.
I thought we saw a medallion in one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Rhoda will stroke his chin. Well, you said they were still growing, yes?
They were, yes.
Then perhaps the machination did not come to fruition. And I will agree with you that it is something that we should safeguard against. I suppose there is a chance that maybe someone was corrupted, a spy or traitor. Such a thing has happened before, although rarely. But it doesn't change the fact that this is Saint Altressa, one of the living saint, a living saint. She has to be returned.
Why don't we let her rest
Yes.
from her exhaustion and then let her decide what to do next? Or at least discuss it with her.
Yes. I think it'd be better at least to let her rest until she wakes up.
Very well. You're right, of course. Prudence. We could use the barracks to the north.
Hut.
And he will tend to the saint and will stand watch over her.
I could use a long rest, guys.
Fear not. Rest well. I shall watch over you.
Rhoda, I have a question to ask. Did you see anyone else walking the halls?
What do you mean?
I was just trying to figure out if there's any other copies around that we haven't completely checked the fort, but I mean, I'm just curious if you saw anything else.
I have seen no one else other than you, my friend.
Well, I'm just kind of concerned. It's been a lot to take in. Boy lost a friend, and I don't want to lose another. I'm just trying to stay as cautious as possible. And he nods and will walk away.
Alright. Does the party long rest?
I would like to speak to Rhoda before we long rest.
Sure.
Some RP.
I don't think it's the church that we have to worry about with Miss Saint. It is I'll ask you a question. Do you believe in other deities? Or not believe? Do you know if the other deities are real?
I know that there are other people that believe in other things. Things that even if I do not think that they are deities, are certainly real. I think only a fool would not believe them to be so. But they are not worthy of our worship. Only Metheria is. And it is by her light that we shall wreath those that are washed in ignorance clean again. Why do you ask such a thing? Are you troubled, brother?
I point at the saint. Her life is at the line. This deity is against her. I had a vision that we were in a pale city. Apostates burning. But what brings me to where is that saint was killed. Her power being used for something else. For that deity. I know this deity. He comes from my home. He is potent with followers if he can sway them. I no doubt he has a following here.
Shield Captain will nod and then will state, "My dear friend, even if this deity you speak of has a presence here, it is not but a scattering shadow before the dawn of Metheria's light. Do not be afeared. You have done an amazing thing. We have scoured the frozen fortress. We have discovered its secret. We have recovered a living saint and quelled an unknown force of evil. We have been victorious. Do not spoil such things with what ifs and what could be's. Those gifted with sight look to the future and see not the present. I know that you are just trying to be careful, my friend, and believe me, there is a time for wisdom. Now is a time for celebration. Tomorrow, on the morning's light, we shall in tow with a saint, a living saint of Metheria, to return her to the Pale City. It will revitalize the morale of the troops. It will raise the spirit of the people. Her very presence will enact fervor and to face our enemies with renewed vigor.
Rhoda, do you believe in the church or do you believe in Metheria?
Both, I suppose.
Well, what if you had to pick?
Why would I pick? Why would I pick between the person that made greatness possible and the greatness that they have created?
The way St. Altressa was talking about things, she made it seem like she walked with Metheria, is how she explained it. She was there with her when she was not a god.
Well, yes. That makes sense. Saint Altressa is one of the saints because she aided Metheria's ascension. She is an elf, so she is able to live long enough to have remembered it and to actually have been there. That's what makes this so exciting.
But wouldn't that mean she also knows what she wanted? What could be different from what has been told to all of us?
What makes you think that's... what?
I don't know. I'm just... I guess I'm speaking what ifs.
Are you referencing the moral,
Yes, the mural at the end.
the mirror at the end?
There was a mural on one of the doors that made it seem like Metheria was being taken away against her will.
Rhoda will frown at that. By whom?
I don't know. She was going up to the sky in the mural and people were down below. It seemed like they were begging for her to come back.
Well, of course we want Metheria to come back. Her presence would ensure 1,000 years of peace. But she has ascended, and now we must do our part to see her light spread.
I'm not trying to ruin your happiness for having the saint back. I'm just...
We all worried.
It's an old way versus the new way.
He'll seemed a bit confused by that. And he'll just say, I know not what your point is, friend. But as I've told good Moss here, you should celebrate in the win that you have taken. There is such sadness. Shake it free from your mind. Perhaps it is a result of the presence of this deity that you spoke of, Moss.
Maybe.
Come. You're tired and haunted by your battle. Rest.
maybe we should do a watch with Rhoda. One of us will rotate through. Might not be
Yeah.
good to only have one person conscious with all the stuff
fine.
we've seen downstairs.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Moss, do you want to go first? And then we
Yeah,
can
I'll take
rotate
first
around.
watch. I'll just sit at the edge of the bed.
All right. Is everyone long rest?
Yep.
Okay. Do. You finish through your cycle of rests. Nothing occurred. Then finally, Saint Altressa awakens. The shield captain does everything he can not to scream with absolute joy and excitement. As she awakens, he will instead kneel, bowing before her. My Lady Saint, welcome back. I am Shield Captain Rhoda Caress, servant of Mytheria's light, and these are my compatriots. These wonderful people freed you from the grasp of evil below. Please, speak to us. Let us know you are well. She will stand and she will speak. Thou art knowest to me. They are that which have freed me from the terrible depths below. I greet you, Shield Captain. Though you call me Saint, I feel undeserved of such a rank, but am grateful to be remembered as so. The Shield Captain will kind of clap a little bit, and then will say, even the way that you speak, it's so great. She'll kind of give him a little look that's like, really? And then he'll keep going. Oh, apologies. We had some questions for you, if you would not mind answering them. The Saint will nod. Ask thy questions. I shall answer them as I can. Well?
My question is, when I first came here, I was also hearing about there was a time where the church lost light of Mytheria, right, Rhoda? Was there a time when
What?
was there a time when the connection was stopped, if I may ask?
Okay, are you asking? Okay, all right, hold up, back up.
You
Make sure you're asking shit in character, not using player knowledge. And second, was that to Rhoda or to her?
I would believe it'd be to Rhoda. I'm trying.
Of course
Fulgrim's
not.
just- Trying to figure out what were they talking about. The small folk.
St. Altressa, what was that whole area downstairs that we were in, that we fought the Aboleth in?
Truth to my word, I know not exactly what it might have been. Perhaps a cavern? I am not sure. We searched there, seeking answers to questions we had yet only begun to ask. It is where those with me were lost, and where I thought for sure that I shall never see the sun again.
Were you part of the excavation that was happening in the ruins down below?
Indeed. I oversaw them. It was a strenuous process.
How did you all
and-
get in? Sorry, if you were trying to finish.
I was going to go on the same thing. Continue.
We made our way through this very castle. Although it looks different now. Faded and broken. We simply opened the floor. Used the tunnels and stairs that were connected. I will admit that I spent much of the time in prayer and did not look to my surroundings that closely.
You were locked up behind some creature in ice. Do you know how that might have happened? To lock the stairs going down?
I remember a battle. Remember chanting. A great pain. I apologize and offer contrition. I cannot remember.
That's okay. We've been through a lot. That's it for me.
Saint Altressa, Rhoda wishes to see you taken back to the Pale City.
The Pale City? Yes, the Pale City. Have you not heard of it? I know not this Pale City you speak of. Oh my. I believe you may have known it as the First Prayer Cathedral, perhaps? Oh yes, First Prayer. It is the town that Bitharia founded. Rhoda will kind of look around.
So the Pale City is, why isn't it in, what is the First Prayer Cathedral? Where is that at?
I presume it is in First Prayer? Guys, she's several hundred years old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know the
Axel
outer
also
character.
wouldn't- Axel also wouldn't know where First Prayer is, but
It's like north east of the Pale City. It's like the top right map of Koranis. I think the church has built a major city just southwest of the First Prayer.
You will see Saint Altressa smile. A smile that is brimming with light. Her countenance actually brightens, her expression happy to hear such news. It was one of her greatest wishes. It is good to see that it happened. Pray tell, is it quite large? Rhoda will then clap and kind of hop a little bit. It is the largest in all the continent of Corvanus. Saint Altressa will hold back a few tears and will nod. That is a good thing to hear.
I think that it'd be good for you to see where the church is now, at least, and see if it's still in the memory of what she wanted.
Of course. May we go there? And then Rhoda will nod. Of course, dear saint. We'll go there immediately. Is everyone prepared?
One thing I want to discuss before we go. I don't want to lose my magic, Rhoda. I do not want to be chained up if we go to the Pale City.
Well, you won't be put in chains. You're heroes.
And my magic won't be suppressed? My corruption?
Well, It will be saved from corruption, of course.
I don't think I can join you in the Pale City then.
What does that mean?
The Saint will look over at Rhoda. What does that mean? Well, he'll be collared, of course, to ensure the safety of himself and others. What do you mean, pray tell, is collar? What does this mean? Well, it's to ensure that his apostasy is not run rampant. I do not believe his heart to be evil. Quite the opposite, in fact. I believe him to be a hero, just like his comrades. But it does not change the fact that he wields an apostate's magic. It could lead to corruption. A simple safeguard, the collar is. There's no need to fear it.
And what happens if it were to potentially get to a point where it could become corruption and...
Well, that is what the collar prevents.
How does it prevent it?
By hallowing him instead.
That's not something I want to go through. I've seen what it's done.
What do you mean? With that, Saint Eltressa will look to Rhoda, and then will look to Luric, and then Saint Eltressa will say, "So you place collars upon apostates to ensure that they do not become corrupted?" The shield captain will nod. Saint Eltressa will shake her head. "That is disappointing to hear."
He's not an animal. You can't just put a collar on him.
Well, I'm not... That's not why it's being put on him. Indeed, the green skin is correct. The apostate should be purged. It is the only way to be sure. Well, surely that's not required. Okay, I need everybody to insight check now.
Yep. I wanted to insight the earlier one.
Purge? Oh,
Yeah,
goodbye, Luric.
I was a little nervous about the purge statement.
A little unexpected, but we'll see what happens.
Whereas Rhoda believes that the collar will lead to a good life for you, and indeed views it as a reward, Eltressa's confusion that the collar is not that it is inhumane, but that it is not effective enough.
Oh no.
The goodly Saint Eltressa would see you purged, which doesn't necessarily mean killed, but it would certainly mean removed of your magic. Completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, you all need to make a serious decision.
Axel steps in front of Luric.
Alright, so, as you do such a action, Rhoda will look concerned. Brother Axel, come now, there's no need, as he kind of looks around. Surely we can come to a conclusion. Something that we can all agree on. As Shield Captain Rhoda will raise his hands up, the Saint will cross her arms, and then she will say, "It would seem that thou hath not remembered the teachings of Mytheria, as it was stated in her time. You offer amnesty to this apostate." Well, my lady, I offer something that might allow her to live, just as you allow this one to continue to live, gesturing towards Fulgrim. Well, what do you mean? He is not evil, just a foreigner. The Saint will give a little, And Captain Rhoda starts to sweat a little bit. I come now, everyone. Please, this is a moment to celebrate. All right, guys. Your insight checks have revealed to you which way this wave is crashing.
Mm-hmm.
The Saint, it would seem, is on team kill apostates to death. Rhoda would see you collared and allowed to live a wonderful life. And obviously, you don't wish for that, and you wish for freedom. So my question is, you guys need to really think about how you want to do this, and which path you'll ultimately take. Saint or a sinner?
This is out of character talk right now.
I talk a little bit out of character because the decisions that you're about to make are going to affect the whole campaign.
Yeah. Well, it's better to be alive than dead. That's at least Luric's thinking. So he'd rather not die by the Saint's hands. But Fulgrim, what do you think? Because you're in the same situation.
True.
I guess you getting collared won't really matter as much, right?
As much, but I'm only trying to figure out is the way. But is there any other way?
Unless we run away. Like, while we're traveling somehow, try to escape.
We possibly could find a way to do that.
I would like to mention Moss has been sitting on the bed and fingers interlocked and like dead stare at Tressa where you guys have been arguing. He's just waiting.
Oh my god. Fuck.
It's.
I think if we go with her way, she's going to be the one that wants to burn everything to the ground.
So, you essentially, just to know what you guys are deciding on, there's 3 different paths you can take here. There is, well, there's a lot more, but I'm just going to give you some. You can obviously take her to the Pale City and face whatever judgments might await. You can run away. You could kill her and Rhoda. There's a lot of options you can do here. You can also attempt social checks to try and convince her. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm just saying that you have to be careful about what you do next. It's very important. So,
I think we try to social this out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what angle to take.
Yeah, but which angle are we going with? The social and let us go and we do our own thing and you can take the Saint, we go with them?
I think Moss will try to step in and then he will try to convince that the old teachings of in her times has been changed to a more merciful, as in Rhoda's teaching in her time.
Well, to be clear, I just want you guys to decide on how you want to go about it, not go through the whole thing out of character. I'm just giving you a chance to decide that out of character because it's a lot to throw at you at once. So,
what I'm basically saying is try to convince the Saint that to compromise and to not purging, but sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say maybe potentially to look the other way because we did free her from a long slumber and did a good deed for the church.
Not to mention we know what she did.
Yep.
What she chose to do.
We're trying to convince the Saint and seeing if it is okay for you to walk.
But that leads down the path that you will be collared, Luric, if we stay with them. It
sounds like you guys want to social it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, let's do that. Back in character, everybody.
Started out.
The Saint will
Moss
cross her
will-
arms, and the shield captain keeps sweating and is looking back and forth. Go ahead.
Moss will step in and will say, the teachings that you grew up with, Saint Atressa, is a different teaching from now on. I know little of both, as I am obviously not from here. But I can tell you that there's been rules changes, more merciful, more to see the good in the people, and not just become the executioner.
All right, give
We,
me
we're
a.
working.
Oh, sorry.
I'll add a bit more to that. But like we're here on behalf of the church. We're here working for the church. It's not like we're against anything directly. Like we're here just to. We saved you. Just want our reward for our services, I guess.
All right, Moss, give me a persuasion check at advantage, for you wield the spear of Saint Thomas. All right. The Saint will look towards Moss and will state, "You wield the spear of my colleague, and you speak. You speak well. Please do not misunderstand my representation. I know that thou'st are good-willed, goodly people, with brave hearts, courageous, and indeed it pains me so to stand on the Owl of Judgment. Perhaps things have changed. Dear Rota, yes, my lady. Pray, tell me, why is the collar instated? To ensure that they are not corrupted. And why, pray tell, would they be corrupted? Because apostasy, magic, allows demonic corruption. Correct. Does the church not still enact a purging ritual? Do you refer to burning people? Yes. The martyr's execution, of course. Well, yes. You can see that Rhoda doesn't seem to like that, but it is true. And thus the saint will continue. So you see, the most assured way that a demon cannot enter our world is to lock the door. You have helped me.
Rhoda.
You have defended me. You have saved me. But I ask, pray tell, did you do this only for reward, or because it is the right thing to do?
Is that aimed at me directly?
Yeah.
Luric? Well, my reasoning was I come from the Broken Oaks. And honestly, I didn't really know much about my magic or my corruption in general. It's fairly new to me. And in a sense, I feel like after now knowing that this whole thing was from the church, I felt like it was maybe a prank or maybe a way for some of the people in the Broken Oaks who didn't like me to get rid of me. So I guess in that sense, it seems to be playing out the way that they want it to. But my reasoning was just to do something more than being stuck in that little home of mine.
I thank thee for your honest answer. Boredom, certainly, is not the better of the reasons, but at least it is honest. And I thank you for that. I wonder how dangerous that boredom might become, however. I can see it now. You still yet brim with power. With just the slightest push, you would explode. Would you not?
Right at this point in time, I guess you could say that. I feel like that is potentially part of my freedom. But it's something I've been able to control up until this point. It's something I've not let happen, and it's something that I know I can work on myself and make sure that that doesn't happen.
The truest guarantee would be under the Pale City's tutelage, in the light of Mytheria. Would it not?
I'm not against joining something like that, as long as it doesn't involve purging my magic or collaring me up. Is there no other... Has there never been a record in the church of non-hallowed magic to work for the church or assist in their ranks?
She will look to Rhoda. I will admit, your history is longer than mine. Has there? And Rhoda will very nervously kind of cough. Well, that depends exactly what you mean, my lady. There is records of apostates doing good deeds, and that is true. And they were, well, those ones were martyred. They had collars. I'm sure somewhere there is. The saint will raise an eyebrow at Rhoda, who begins to shake a little under her withering gaze. And he will say, And then you see something happen. Something comes over Rhoda. His gaze will steel, and his stance becomes stronger. My lady, these men gave of their blood, risked their lives, in order to save you, when they did not even know you were there. They acted on behalf of Mytheria's light. If there was no other time in which an apostate, uncollared, was allowed to be within the church to do good, then perhaps it is time. I will stand by them. Please, my lady. Let them at least bask in the light of their victory.
Let us all make some new history together.
Alright, which one of you guys got the strongest persuasion?
Me. And does this count as a reward for my service?
What's up?
Because I get... Does this count as a reward for our quest? Because
No.
You're free. That's your reward.
Nice try, though. Nice try. That was good.
We do have game inspiration.
Yeah, we do have that then. So
yeah, I'm persuasion trained.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm rolling it.
Show me the money.
Alright, we're using the advantage.
Is it?
Or the reroll?
Is it a reroll or advantage?
It's reroll. You just roll again. Take whatever the result is.
Please be better.
Is there a way where I can step in to give him advantage? Like, can I say something? Or is that...
This is the whole group speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This is the resulting roll of all of you guys doing stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay.
If you don't feel like 14 is good enough, you can reroll if you want.
I do not feel like 14 is good enough.
Alright. Try your luck. Roll it again.
Right. Right, it's an improvement.
Better?
Yep.
That is
It's an
better.
improvement.
All right, 15 stands.
That's. Let me make sure it's calculated correctly. Mod. Yep. That's all I have.
She left my range.
The Saint Eltressa will move to the side as Rhoda follows her, as if she is thinking, considering your propositions and words. And then she will turn and look upon Rhoda. And then she will look upon each of you. She will take a deep sigh. You are good people. I cannot deny that. Thy strength in arms and courage can also not be denied. You have your convictions. I have mine. Rota. Yes, my lady. You will escort me to the Pale City. And when we are there, you shall tell what authorities there are the names of your compatriots. And we will see them in chains. But, my lady, surely that's not necessary. They will only be temporary, of course. We must investigate thoroughly for any signs of apostasy and corruption, especially after facing such a terrible, terrible beast below. I myself will be supplanted into chains. I know not if the corruption has touched even me. No one is above the light of Mytheria. If they do not accept this, well, then we shall do what we must. I offer you this chance now. Come to the Pale City. Face contrition. Be cleansed of any evil. And I shall speak on your behalf, and they shall listen. Surely my words might still carry strength. But if you do not offer yourselves to the light of Mytheria, then despite your good deed, I cannot trust you. And then you will see that Rhoda starts to freak out a little bit. My lady, surely such an extreme ultimatum is not required. Surely we can speak about this some more. The Saint will hold up her hand, silencing him. You have my answer. She will look to the four of you. What shall it be?
Luric looks at Axel.
He gives you a...
I don't think we have a choice.
Whatever you choose, I will go with you.
Fulgrim, I guess you've already committed to the church.
I just want to know what's going on with Moss. What do you think we should do?
Well,
I'll
I'd
be
rather
going.
live than die.
I'll be going to the Pale City. If it just means me and Rhoda and the Saint is going, shall be it. If you wish to see your freedom, I do not deny it. You three have been good to me. I appreciate that. I put a hand on Rhoda. Thank you for fighting for my friends. But it is enough. Steps down and he stands. He will be going to the Pale City.
Mhm.
Alrighty then. So that's one. Anyone else going to the Pale City?
Fuck. Luke's just taking a second, I guess, to himself to try to figure this out.
It's a heavy decision.
Yeah, this is me having a heavy decision, not just Axel. Fuck.
Yeah.
We either charged as criminals or
Then this is where we can go fuck shit up. We go Pale City, I get Portal Sworn, you go the Demon in the Waste, and we just like...
They will kill me immediately.
My ears are closed. I don't hear this.
Holy fuck, dude. Sorry,
Well,
I'm freezing, which is causing Axel to freeze.
yeah. If Luric goes
Take
to
your
Pale
time.
City, I think I think my subclass is kind of picked if I go Pale City, so I'm
so
not really against that. Prestige class.
we're either gonna be on the run or we're going to be in prison.
Well, we're already pretty much on the run, no matter what. At least Luric
If you guys will go on the run, I would say Moss would try do an attempt to make it hard for them to catch you.
It's
Fulgrim, you are a good person,
I know.
and the church needs people like you.
I don't know if they need people like me.
Didn't you state that you believe in it, though?
I believe in some of the ways. I believe that she had the point. But I also believe in Rhoda that there was a time that needs to be changed. Rhoda is one of the reasons I actually do believe in the area, but
maybe you can make that change from the inside.
if I do that, what will happen to you two?
And that's a good question. Axel, shall we take a chance with the church? See if they're gonna change. See the future of Corvanus.
We stick together and we push through.
I worry that we just...
Or are we...
I worry that we just release something worse.
I don't know. I'm not sure what else is going to happen. I've heard some bad, some good. But you think if the four of us work together, we might be able to change? 5 of us with Rhoda. Do you think at least the church might change?
He looks at the back of Rhoda. I think the church can change. I believe in Rhoda.
Rhoda had my back as well. It's the first time I've ever heard anyone from the church fight for an apostate like me. I'm willing to give him a chance.
I'll stand with Rhoda.
Luric,
I'll stand
you're gonna be completely okay with it? I'm just
The
asking. I know you can do something about the exposure thingy, I know you have some ways to do that. I'm just worried that people might just attack you for you, so...
Yeah, my magic's never really done good for me. In the first place, it's always just caused me issues, so who knows, maybe this purging might actually be a blessing in disguise. But hopefully not. Hopefully we can trust in Rhoda. Trust in a change. I think I'm gonna take the risk.
Me and Axel are gonna probably be watching it back, and I'll just say to Moss, you're still gonna be with us too, right?
Of course. It is. Makes me happy to know that you will come along. All three of you.
Well, I mean, I am a bodyguard, so I gotta come along.
Fair.
But I gotta say one thing. Altrissa, Saint Altrissa, are you going to tell at least Rhoda your sin?
Wow.
I just want to ask this
Yep.
now
Yep.
because no one's saying anything else, and I want to know. Will you let it be out there? You said your word would have some weight, but will it still have weight if anyone else knows?
My guy. Let's go.
I'm asking because if it is out there, will any of us have a chance? I'm asking as a person with faith. Will you at least tell Rhoda?
And to what sin do you believe I have committed?
You have interacted with a foreign god to bring Matheria back, being a normal person, a mortal.
So Rhoda starts to...
Yeah, I know.
He starts to...
I did.
Fulgrim, my guy.
He starts
Yes.
visibly
Yes.
shaking.
I know, Rhoda. I just wanted to at least get this all out. No secrets. Not anymore. If we go with you, at the very least, Rhoda needs to know. Will you at least tell him that? Tell him what happened. Tell him that you missed your friend and you wanted to bring her back. That you talked to a foreign god.
Enough! Enough of your words. Yes. I sought any means necessary to ensure that Matheria might return. It was unfortunate that in my calculations, I had misinterpreted what it was that I was dealing with. I made a mistake. Tell me, Rhoda, do you think differently of me now? Rhoda will kind of look back and forth at his friends. Well,
I'll put a hand on Rhoda's shoulder to maybe help calm him so he will speak. I know that we stand with him.
I think that I think that I think a person is allowed to make a mistake. Because it is only through mistakes that we grow. And perhaps the rules of heresy, perhaps the light is not so white and black. Perhaps in the edge there is meaning in the twilight. The saint will nod. Perhaps you're right. Pray give me time to think on it. Regardless, we must away to the Pale City. I wish to see the city built in the name of my friend. Alright, unless anybody else has anything to say.
Nah, Fulgrim got it good.
Yeah. It was funny. I was waiting to bring up that point, but program lights out.
I just wanted to at least have everyone know that
It was good.
it's always like a tricky road being a saint. Sometimes it means we do sinful things.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Oh yeah, by the way, can we go like to the hot spring again? Woo!
Hey,
Alright,
don't be
then.
weird.
Come on,
Rhoda,
guys.
show me you can do it. How are we
5
doing?
guys and a girl enter a hot spring.
No, she's not allowed.
No.
It's just boys.
Only men. No girls allowed.
Boys and yetis.
Yeah, boys and yetis. We're also boys. No
Oh,
girls.
shit.
No girls allowed. That's so funny. He-Man Woman Haters Club. What's that? You guys remember that shit?
Zenpool.
Man.
Man, I just remember we never checked that kind of avarice man somewhere. Oh no.
I don't think we bring him up. No.
No,
Yeah.
let him be free.
Let him roam
his
his castle.
Consequences that
We-
causes later.
He'll
Ah,
we'll probably see him. Oh wait, you got the silver key. You can go like. Where
All right,
is he?
so the next bit we kind of got to talk about out of character because
Okay.
you have officially reached the end of Saints and Sinners.
Well,
Yep, this is the end of this chapter, and based off your decisions, we get to decide on what the next chapter will be. But for the sake of the fact that we don't have a player here, and they need to get a new character introduced, and you guys are gonna have to go through a bunch of other shit as well. For the sake of setting that up, I need to know which campaign you guys would like to take next.
I'll ping Beryl.
He's
I think
had his
Beryl's pretty
girlfriend's-
flexible. I think he enjoys to do whatever. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but I have Go ahead. What's up?
I think he's like at his girlfriend's graduation.
Well, I know he's busy right now. My point is he doesn't have a character right now.
Yeah.
So I want to
Hmm.
get this decided on what your campaign is so he can make a character for that.
Okay.
Gotcha. Alright.
So let me get all this open.
He is listening right now.
Let's see. You guys have chosen. Well, if he's in chat, then he can vote as well. That'll be
Okay.
helpful. I'm gonna just ban the word "come" in chat if you guys keep doing that. Like,
They're gonna go crazy if you do. They'll just be edging the whole time.
Jesus.
So let's just make another word up.
Exfoliate. There we go.
I'm going to coin.
I'm gooning. All right. All right. So anyway, I got some options for you. Since you guys have chosen to side, at least for the most part, with Saint Eltressa, I can go through some. Actually, you guys want to hear the alternate story arcs?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you made your choice? So, one of them was you guys refused to go, but convinced Rhoda, and Rhoda stands with you,
Oh,
and Saint Eltressa excommunicates him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what we should have done. No,
Yeah, that one was really
we could have got edgy
intense.
Rhoda.
That one
would-
was really
like,
cool.
That would be spicy.
In that one, he becomes an errant knight. It's pretty sick.
dang it!
Oh boy.
Let's see. The other one is, obviously, you refuse and you escape, and Rhoda convinces the Saint to let you leave. The other one is, you kill the Saint and Rhoda.
Oh,
I couldn't do that to Rhoda.
option.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
And there is also where there is an ending where Rhoda agrees to purge Luric,
Oof.
and by doing so, he becomes distraught with guilt. That he ends up just walking into the ocean.
Oh,
God, that'd be so. That's the worst ending. Oh,
Yeah, that's really bad.
we should have.
But you guys have chosen to side with Saint Eltressa and to take your gamble and risk at the Pale City.
And I'm still in my monster form.
No, you're in your human
no,
form.
you're in your human form.
Alright, wait, I thought you were in your human form this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. It's just like
Okay.
it's just the art still
Okay.
like.
Okay, anyway.
He doesn't know how to change his token himself, so.
Alrighty. Since you have chosen to side with Saint Eltressa, there's a couple of options for you. Let me go ahead and open ye old map. Also, big clap to all of you guys for excellent roleplay. That was very good. Very good, everyone. I like that. That's that good shit.
Thank you.
I teared up when you guys joined. I was like, fuck, they're joining. I honestly thought you guys were just gonna leave. Just me and Rhoda.
See you later.
I think I'm probably gonna die anyways.
Decision.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, are you still gonna go Path of Damon or?
No matter. It shouldn't matter. Don't start talking about it right now. All right.
That's a next week issue.
Okay. Let me know when you guys are loaded in.
At the 99% point.
Yep, I am in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yo, this music though.
Oh, no, I am.
What is this from?
This is
Final
Lost
Fantasy
Odyssey. No, this is Lost Odyssey.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
My favorite JRPG of all time. Alright, guys see my arrow? My little finger here?
Yep.
Alright, so
Yep.
you guys are currently all up in this area right here in the ice flows. So, the Pale City has a lot of things going on in it. Let me get you the full list. Let's see.
There's a lot coming to it too.
Oh, well, when like the whole war happens,
No.
it's gonna be the crazy part.
Yo, do they have like a not Doom Squad, what the fuck?
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Oh no!
That's us.
I'm thinking of a way to not get Luric collared. And it's just like, hey.
Just let me pick a Barrier Blast and all my exposures hallowed and then
Yeah, then it's cool. Then it's cool.
Oh boy, so there's a lot going on here.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the Mausoleum of Saints. We're probably gonna be going down there, right guys? You know,
Oh, there's
Tom-
First Prayer Cathedral.
Yep.
Yeah, right behind it.
I've looked at this map so many times, I'm so blind that I didn't see it.
Yeah. That's apparently where Mathera has ascended.
Yes,
That's
that's
where
where
she
she
ascended.
is. That's where she is. Yeah.
Yeah, she ascended right here the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wait, do we still have Beryl's ashes?
I believe we do. We'll have to.
Oh,
We can drop them off on the way there.
True resurrection.
Bring it back.
Her.
Yeah, then we can get. Then he
All right.
can just pay for 3 characters.
So, normally we'd go through this, like, normally, but I need to know what you guys want to do out of character so I can set up for it.
Be it.
So I
And a
have...
task force to the Saint. Sorry, continue.
So I have some options for you. So your first option, let me zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so your first option is to assist with recovering the stolen bell from the Mausoleum of Saints, which takes place in Dark Lake. Specifically, you'll be doing the other side of the coin, which is not the intrigue, but dealing directly with the Beryl King's forces and the battle in the east. The next is you can assist with the conquering of the city of Mornhau, and basically try to turn the fight in the favor of the Prince of Mornhau. Next is you can assist with what's happening at the wall, right here. Amatheria's sword, eye, and shield. You can also assist the Matherian forces that are currently entrenched within the Twisted Pines, and help them to secure the Lost City by fighting off the various dangers there, and indeed a direct confrontation with the Brass Baron's men. And then finally, you can go far to the south and assist Saphira and the Free Cities themselves with a strange cloud of filth that is causing sickness and death, but the Matherians believe they can have a direct hand in curing.
Initially, I think Luric kind of wants to stay away from the Broken Oaks, so I don't really want to do like Twisted
Thank
Pines
God.
So
something around the.
What's wrong with that, OP?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Nothing's there, man. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
Then again, I also don't want to go to the Dark Lake just because, you know. Yeah.
So
I know which one I want.
So
Which is the wall.
Yeah, there's the wall or the gases. Right.
What's the Dark Lake all about? I don't know about that region.
So the Dark Lake is in the Fallowlands. It's one of the major towns.
Okay.
Currently, it is believed where the stolen bell from the Mausoleum of Saints is found in that area, and there is already the presence of the Inquisition that are trying to use intrigue to suss out where the bell is, and you would be sent as an auxiliary force in order to not only make an increased military presence nearby, but to also fight directly against the risen troops of the Beryl King.
Okay. I'm tossing
Oliver.
between that and the wall.
I saw Beryl's response. 2 thumbs for wall. 2 for the cloud.
Bell, nopers.
What's wrong with the bell? You
No
know?
bell.
Wait.
Yeah, what could possibly be wrong with the bell? I don't get it. Why you guys?
I
It's
feel like
just a
that kind
bell.
of fits with like the saint. You know, we saved the saint. Now we're saving her bell.
Like it's God, it's so weird.
Is the
No.
wall potential to go into the demon wastes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, from what I know out of character is, say we just kind of jump the wall and go like looking for Matheria, like there you are.
Yeah.
We don't know what there is there.
I know. I'm just kind of like out of character, like hey,
Yeah.
there you are. How you doing? Yeah, want to go save some people? Yeah. Show them the power of the succubus Matheria. Woo.
it is going to be
Ah.
incredibly unlikely that you will do that.
That 1% chance. Okay, so we got the wall, we got the gas. We're definitely not doing anything against the Brass Baron right now, for reasons.
We also got the fight in Mornhau as well. We have that. That was an option.
Wait,
That's
What?
like halfway to the Broken Oaks. I'd stay away from.
I don't know why I'm trying.
I like your decisions. I like that. I second that.
Okay, so
Not biased.
the only two though is still the wall or smelly fog. Is that right? The
I
ones
think
we're
the
picking.
wall. I think everyone wants to go for the wall.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the wall. None of the we never seen the wall yet in player
I
player
don't.
life, so
I don't mind going to there. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be like Fulgrim, like getting like either collared or just like getting like something, and then him meeting all the people that he saw in the cocoons. Like, hey, I'm gonna be your face. You in a cocoon.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
I think you're the most insane out of the group, so it's fine.
It's okay.
So the wall.
I have. Yeah, we're going to the wall.
I think the wall's pretty good.
Okay.
We're gonna go see everyone's favorite teacher, Mordecai.
Okay. Since you have chosen that, go ahead and rank that over here. Add myself.
I guess we get a bit
They
of campaigning.
Chosen the wall. Indeed. So, let me zoom in. Boop. I want to play this. Let's get some happy music.
Yes.
Some chill music. Okay, so the wall is comprised of 3 different major fortifications: Matheria's Sword, Matheria's Eye, and Matheria's Shield. Now, each of them in their own right are large castles, which make up the physical part of the wall, while the rest of the wall is basically an enormous spell that is being maintained by the energy in the area to keep out demon kind. To be clear, your adventure is going to be decided, and what kind of stuff that you do will be which of the fortresses you decide to go to. So, in exploration, combat, and social, each of them will have a slight leaning towards a specific pillar. So, Matheria's Sword is towards combat, Matheria's Eye is towards exploration, and Matheria's Shield is towards the social aspect. Depending on which one you choose, will be which one you are assigned to, which one that, what NPCs you want into, and what all the objectives that you'll have to deal with are. It should be noted there are 2 special mission types at the wall that can occur, and they occur no matter which part you go to. The first one is Horde Battles. Fighting against the hordes of demons that try to assault the wall every day is not something that is just simply easy to deal with, because the walls and their strength are constantly tested. So, there's going to be horde battles that are possible, fighting against these like hordes of demons, right? And the other is you have an increased chance of running into enemy adventuring parties. Because just like good attracts certain souls, so too does evil. So keep that in mind. Also, it should be noted that at the beginning of the campaign, you guys will be level 6. So you guys will get to choose your prestige classes. And that means Beryl will get to make a character at level 6.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Axel, what are you going to be for level 6? Just wondering. You could splint in. We could run in there. Just think about it. The undercover Matherian demon.
Yeah.
Come to show me.
Which one are you guys thinking out of the 3?
Shield.
I don't mind combat or social.
Okay.
I'll just taking the shield because like that's where Rhoda came from. I'm like, it might not be so crazy. Also, who's Oliver?
Or about it.
Luric and hordes. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna...
Don't worry
So
about
someone
that.
doing some extra
Throw
homework.
Throw him in there. Throw him in there, boys.
I don't mind either three. I do lean towards the eye and the shield. The eye and the sword. So
Please, Moss, don't do this. We've seen how good I am in combat. It's not going well.
it's amazing.
You're gonna be level 6
It's
now,
amazing.
dude.
Hush. You're
You're gonna be
great.
level 6.
I'd still rather at least do the shield, but if I get outvoted, I get outvoted. What did Beryl say?
I don't have chat.
Do it if possible.
Hmm.
Least likely to kill Luric on sight. That's what Beryl said.
Ugh.
Is
Wait,
there
I'm
one?
gonna... You go.
Is there one that focuses more about going into the wastes?
Yes, the sword.
Okay, then that'd be my choice.
Oh, this is gonna be great. I guess we're all going the sword, and if we're leaning to that. But where do you want to go, Crizov? Where do you want Luric to
Well,
go?
I should say that, like, all of them are going to interact with the barrier and beyond it, but the Sword of Mytheria is, like, the most common to use military excursions. They are the sword.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't mind sword or shield, like I was saying. And don't worry, don't make the decision based on Luric. Like, if
I
he's gonna do
was
it.
mainly basing it off of who we're gonna meet.
I think I'll do the sword as
don't
well.
I
I
was.
don't know who we're gonna meet.
I think I'm basing it off of what Axel would want. Arcadum, are there orcs in the Demon Wastes?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ash skin, right?
All of them.
All of them,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's where they originate from.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
specifically the mountains on the inside.
Yeah,
of
the
it,
mountain.
But yeah, that's where they're from.
Cool.
We never.
Yep.
We never figured out what was going on to Fort Forest, did we?
There was more secrets you could have found. Yes.
Of course.
We sped run.
Yeah, got me there.
I mean, you did pretty much as I thought you'd do.
For a minute, I was hoping we would go down to the power circle thing and like look up what's that and what was the hissing sound. Like,
I mean, if you guys had listened to a Lock and High, you could have done a lot more there.
nah.
You could have lived there.
I'm just saying.
Nah.
If
Was
you
there
guys
an
would have grabbed
alternate
the
campaign?
parchment paper, maybe you could have listened again.
Ugh.
Was there an alternate campaign where we worked for Lock and Eye?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Can I at least ask whatever happened to the
get to see-
Avarice? Is he just like
know.
just-
Only time will tell.
well, what was
We'll meet him again.
the chamber that we kind of dipped out of that was making Luric feel woozy?
Yeah, we didn't go back and investigate. We don't know.
Who knows? That's the
Knows,
great
yep.
part about
No.
this journey.
Man,
You can't know everything.
the Lock and High campaign would have been crazy.
Ah.
Is there a chance to see Telri?
Yes.
No.
Oh no, it's even worse.
No.
We could have been Tower buddies. Oh.
I could
Okay,
have been
so-
united again.
So we settled on sword, or
All right. Sounds
fine with
like
sword.
you want to do the
Yeah.
wall campaign focused on the sword. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing we have to talk about is we need to get Beryl's character made. You guys need to get level 6, and I need to write you a new campaign. So I'm gonna need to do that probably on the 17th is when your new campaign will start. So I'll need the 10th to get that done. Work for you guys?
Yep. It's kind of like that.
So we don't play
Oh.
next week because I need to write some shit. But
Ah.
That's fine. with me.
no, I gotta get art made and just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine with that. I'm trying to figure out who are we gonna meet at the sword, if I'm asking. Like anyone that we met in the chambers.
You'll see. You'll fucking see.
Yeah, we'll see. You
You'll
know who
see.
I'm hoping to see?
Who?
Smiling Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I will say you guys are gonna like the characters, man.
I get a feeling we're probably gonna see maybe
Also-
another night.
Also, Rhoda will be there, so
Yes, that's the most
Well, thank
important
God.
thing.
Yeah, that's
We get Rhoda.
Rhoda is our technical 6th character.
Oh no, he's your
LA.
Our patron,
supervisor.
our supervisor, our boss.
Well, at this point, he'd be your attaché.
Commander.
He's our captain.
Ooh. Yes,
And El Tressa went to the Pale City. Or
You'll
the-
see. We're gonna do a whole role play session. Well, probably the first session's going to take place in the Pale City. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. So you guys are probably going to be in the Pale City for maybe a couple sessions, but yeah, and then we're going to resolve all that. So
Okay.
We gotta gear it up first.
yeah, you guys got your reward. You got gear again. You got level 6 to make.
Maybe I'll find some monastic fighting styles in the Pale City.
There are monastic fighting styles in the Pale City.
Oh,
Oh my god,
You
my
go.
back just cracked. Feels so good. I don't want to move.
Oh,
Nice.
blown back. Nice.
I'm an old man. And also,
Yeah,
this chair
that's-
sucks.
It's
All right, but that is all I have for you guys today.
Nice.
I'm
Let's
okay with it. It
Let's
just
go see if there is any fan art.
In the on.
What?
Oh.
Dude, what a sick game.
Yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was a good session back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No.
The eyeliner.
It's so good.
I love Reevy's good old saint reaction to this.
The chance to meet Reevy's character. Oh, so close.
Yeah, I don't know if Luric wants to meet.
How the PvP went down? Okay. Oh, hold on. I think there's more back here. Oh yes, I have to post these. Bat form.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
Ah, good. Ah, good.
Neutral good. Yep.
All good people.
God damn.
This is basically D&D right here. The heroes the DM expects, the hero the DMs can't, dude. The fucking mystery bit. Like, I shovel very well.
I gotta get naked first, you know, before anyone sees me. I gotta transform.
That's
back
literally
to-
you. That is you. Stop it. I gotta
Don't
get
look at
naked
me.
to transform.
Man.
Oh,
W
cigar.
the church.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes! The Emperor is pleased. No girls allowed.
It's just. If only we got
Dude.
Amazing.
The Rhoda one.
so close, but yet so far away.
Alrighty. Good stuff, guys. Good game all around. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks to everybody for all the subs, follows, all the support. Thank you, Pilbo, for that Twitch Prime. What a cool person over there. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next time.
Bye.
And by next time, I mean in like 2 hours for Sagas and Souls.
Yes.